So wait a minute. The prosecuting team decides to drop some charges against Diddy. What does this mean? Is he free? This is so interesting. I I have to read about this, you guys. What's going on? I didn't even do an intro, child. I just hopped on. I've been so busy. Um, they abandon multiple allegations against the rapper. I'm taking this from this is not really my favorite platform. Uh let me find a different platform, chat, because I don't really like Fox News. I usually just mess with CNN, but I couldn't find it on there. But let's just go with USA Today. So they say, have Sean Diddy's Combs trial charges have been dropped. Prosecutors ditch previous claims. What made them do that? Oh, look, my dimples are dimpling today. Look at God. Anyway, that's so silly. Click the subscribe button, click the bell. What do you guys think? This is so insane. As a verdict nears in the Sean Diddy Combs criminal trial, prosecutors are no longer pursuing some of their previous claims against the embattled hip hop mogul, although top charges remain. In a June 24 letter to Judge Aaron Subramanian, attorneys for the U.S. government revealed they are withdrawing some of their criminal allegations against Combs ahead of closing arguments in his sweeping federal sex crimes case, according to court documents reviewed by USA Today. The move was made as a part of an effort to streamline instructions that will soon be issued to jurors as they head into deliberations. USA Today has reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York for comment. Prosecutors have now said they want jurors to no longer consider their claims that Combs allegedly engaged in racketeering by attempting kidnapping in California and New York, attempting arson in California, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. So, I mean, are they trying to get a deal out of him? They must know that it's all acquittal. Like it's all you're not guilty. However, the US government removal of the allegation doesn't amount to dropping federal charges against Combs. The Grammy-winning rapper's indictment accused him not just of attempting arson and kidnapping, but also committing these crimes outright as part of a criminal conspiracy. Combs was arrested in New York in September 2024 based on the indictment filed by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. Combs, whose Los Angeles and Miami homes were raided in March 2024 as part of a federal sex trafficking investigation, was charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Federal authorities claim that Combs turned his multifaceted business empire into a criminal enterprise in which he and his associates engaged in kidnapping, arson, physical violence, trafficking, and forced labor, among other alleged crimes. A superseding um, indictment filed April 3rd, the third revised indictment following an amended indictment in January, and superseding. Um, am I saying that right? Why does that sound weird to me today? Superseding. Superseding. Okay. Indictment in March. Excuse me. It just looked weird. I hate when that happens to me. Charged him with two additional counts, one of sex trafficking and one of transportation to engage in prostitution. The rapper has pleaded not guilty to the five counts against him. Has the Diddy trial reached a verdict? No. A verdict has not yet been reached in the Combs criminal case. After more than a month of the harrowing testimony from several individuals in the Combs' personal and professional orbit, the prosecution rested its case on June 24th. In their final round of arguments, attorneys for the U.S. government zeroed in on the graphic evidence from the Combs' alleged freak-off sex parties, which included video footage. Okay, do I really want to read about that again? Okay, so meanwhile, Diddy's lawyers rested their case in less than half an hour, with the defense opting not to call any witnesses to the stand. By them doing that, I think they know that this is just a slam dunk. I don't think he's going to be guilty because, like I said in my previous videos, um, the whole 7 weeks was just about how gross he was and his parties, and of course I cannot unsee that horrific video with Cassie being beaten. Um, but other than that, the people that were involved or participated in those parties, um, not one has said it was done against their will. So there was just no evidence in regards to any forced, um, even Cassie's emails or text messages, like I said before, though I believe some of the things that happened to her, but just what really diluted her claims was her agreeing on the text threads to go with these parties and participate in them. So that's what's just making this so weird and not in her favor, or I don't know. It's just really weird. Hmm. Is there any more of this? No. I think that was the end of the article. Let me just make sure that I read everything. Closing arguments are expected to begin Thursday, June 26th, and stretch into the following day. And people are saying the verdict will be done on, which is interesting, the 4th, Friday, the 4th of July, which is interesting. So, it's a holiday, but I don't know if that's true or not, allegedly. So, yeah, that is the $1 million question. What makes them? I still didn't get an answer in this article. Did y'all? I didn't get an answer. Like, why was this abandoned? Maybe, um, yeah, they're essentially the same. Diddy's defense allegedly planned to invoke the Iran conflict during closing arguments, according to what? What does Iran have to do with that? Child, this is okay. Let me stop reading because that didn't make sense. I was on the Fox site, which I don't really care for. But anyways, what do you think, catchers? Do you think this is just was this a waste of our time? Did they know they didn't really have anything to stick? Um, it was just a circus, really. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, happy hump day. And thank you so much for supporting me. And I shall see you guys later.